Let me also mention that, this committee has had a long history of bipartisan efforts on FDA reform. I don't know how many years ago, but a few years ago, between our chairman John Dingell and our chairman Henry Waxman, and myself and others put forth a whole series of things on the FDA reform, which we got accomplished. One was with prescription drugs and others with food safety, and it was bipartisan. They were signed into law. And this is really the only thing that remains is cosmetics in terms of that effort that started out with our two giants, Dingell and Waxman. And so we have two legislative proposals that empower the Food and Drug Administration to more effectively regulate cosmetic and personal care products. The one draft that I put out and the other that Jan Schakowsky has introduced as legislation. Consumers today assume that the cosmetic products they purchase are safe and appropriately regulated, but unfortunately that isn't always the case. The truth is that Congress has not updated FDA's authority to regulate the multi-billion-dollar cosmetic industry in over 80 years. And this is especially concerning considering the industry's exponential growth. Today, we actually have a situation where the average American woman uses 12 personal care products a day, and nearly all Americans, male or female, use at least one personal care product daily. Yet under the current system, FDA does not have the tools or resources it needs to ensure these products are safe for consumers. For example, FDA does not have the authority to require companies to report adverse events associated with their products. It can't issue a mandatory recall for products if there are concerns the product could be harmful to consumers, and it can't ensure foreign suppliers are complying with good manufacturing practices or using ingredients that are safe for cosmetic use. These are all giant gaps in consumer safety that we have to address. One particularly alarming example of the shortcomings of the current system involves asbestos-tainted products marketed to kids and teens. Earlier this year, FDA detected asbestos in products manufactured by both Claire's and Justice Retail, two chains that primarily market their products to kids and teens. And after FDA notified Claire's of its findings, it took nearly a week for the company to agree to take their asbestos-tainted products off the store shelves. I don't think that's acceptable, but unless we equip FDA with the tools and resources the agency needs, we're going to continue to see frightening issues with these products for years to come. So my bill seeks to update FDA's authority and provide the agency with resources it needs to properly oversee the market. That bill, the Cosmetic Safety Enhancement Act, empowers FDA by giving it authority to issue mandatory product recalls, requires manufacturers to notify the agency about adverse events, compels manufacturers to register their cosmetic ingredients, and provides FDA with stable funding to conduct this new and important work. And while this legislation takes an important step forward, I recognize that we still have a lot of work to do. Over the past few weeks, I've worked in good faith with colleagues on both sides of the aisle, FDA, industry, and other stakeholders, to make changes to the ingredient review and user fee frameworks. And I know that our work there is not done, and moving forward, I intend to continue to work to get this language right. I also understand that my colleagues and industry stakeholders still would like to see preemptive language added to the bill. I hope we can work together to draft language that will protect state laws, preserve the ability of individuals to hold industry accountable when they're harmed, and at the same time provide certainty to industry about the rules and requirements.